Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with my video du jour. I keep hoping that I'll do 2 a day, or at least 2 layouts a day, even if not 2 videos, and I just haven't been able to do it. So this one I'm doing day 13 of the 30 days of sketches. And it's this one that shows this big round of stars, a frame, a couple small photos, and some mixed media, and then journaling around the outside. And I do journaling around the outside a lot, so that's not going to be a stretch for me. I'm going to kind of do something different. Instead of the mixed media, I'm actually going to use this large photo, which is, it's a photograph of a piece of wall art that was hanging at the hotel at Margaritaville in Pensacola Beach on the trip when these photos were taken back in 2016. This came up, my phone, I guess, provided, it pulled this. This is a collage that I did of these photos this is the harbor. We had brunch, and this was our view of the harbor across the street while we were eating our brunch. And then we stayed at what Ava called the Big White Hotel, so that's what that label is. And this was the photo that it chose for March 11th, and it gives me the fact that I have an appointment with H&R Block tomorrow, and that it was 68 with a high of 73 that day and a low of 49, and tells about how Biden signs the COVID-19 stimulus into law, and then when to expect your stimulus check. So it's just kind of a snapshot of that day on this year, and it brought back, just great memories. Margaritaville is, as I've said before, kind of our home away from home. And I'm using the Mind the Scrap February kit for this. And being February, the kit was heavily love and Valentine's Day, kind of specific, although not exclusively. And to be honest, when it came in, I was still a bit raw from John's passing, and the last thing I wanted to think about was not being able to celebrate Valentine's Day with him, which was kind of how I looked at it at first. And I've used it for a non-Valentine's or non-lovey-dovey kind of page in the past, and I just kind of thought I wanted to use it for this. So, first thing I'm going to do, I've already used some alphas from an Amy Tangerine sticker pad that I can't find here, to put sweet Floridays, the sweet above Floridays, and that's going to be my title, the title of my page. And there's a bird here, there's a palm tree, there are the 2 chairs, and I've kind of, I have my 2 chairs sort of thing. And I guess there's a tropical kind of vibe to it, which is one of the things that you get Calvinball points for. I have taken an ephemera pack, well, 2 of them actually. These black and white and red things this was from a cut-apart sheet from that paper that was on the other side. And then this black frame and these little banners all came from a Heidi Swap ephemera pack. And this ephemera pack is, I honestly don't know, but it has several things in it that give you Calvinball points. So I'm just going to use as much of this stuff as I can jam on, whether it gives me points or not, and we'll kind of see how the page ends up. This is a sheet of paper from the kit, It's simple stories, quarantined from their staying at home, or staying at home is the name and quarantined is the line. So I love these little houses, and I'm actually going to take the other sheet of this paper. I get 2 sheets of each paper, and I'm going to cut out one of those houses because we get a Calvinball point for houses. And I'm using a navy blue. We get a point for plaid or gingham check, and this is a gingham check. And there's a navy blue house in here. I'm gonna go ahead. Actually, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna cut one of these wood grain. I should gut it, shouldn't I? Although it would be kind of hard to use the houses as a border around something else. Anyway, I'm just gonna cut this little tiny house in the wood grain so it's kind of neutral, and I can put it anywhere on the page. Okay, I've pulled some chipboard from the kit. I've got these 2 lovebirds and then a you and me. I've got my black and white photo is this one that I've torn around. It's a photo taken on the same trip. I've die cut with my die a dragonfly, and we get points for that. I've got a piece of ribbon from the kit. I have die cut a little butterfly out of foam. I watercolored this gnome and made him orange because there's some orange in there. I stamped this bow on some paper from the kit and then fussy cut it out. I found this on the floor this morning, and it's vellum, and you get a point for vellum, and I can kind of put it around somewhere where I have some other red in the picture. But first thing I'm gonna do is create my quote-unquote mixed media by tearing this photo. And wish me luck. Photo paper generally tears, but this is, I generally work with smaller pieces of it where my thumb and fingers can be closer together. And here it's kind of a large piece. And I'm gonna try to give it some irregular edges, but I don't want to lose the images or words on here. And I apologize in advance for this thumbnail. I've been doing some gardening. It's been messed up, and I don't think any manicurist can fix it until some more of it grows out. But the gardening I've been doing and all of the peeling up of things from just handling that many embellishments from Calvinball, and I've just really messed it up, and I get it caught on things. Okay, so that's gonna go there, and I'm going to put a fairly large bit of foam behind it, but I want to leave some spots to tuck things. I just want there to be a little bit of dimension there. And I want it kind of in the same spot where the mixed media and the stars are, so it's going to kind of go like this. And I just love, I ran it through a filter, by the way. Those are not the original colors. The original colors were a little duller, kind of an olivey sort of green, and none of these kind of pretty colors. So the filter I used really picked that up nicely. And I forget which one it is, but it's from not Waterlog, but Prisma. Okay, so now let's see, I had an idea that I might want to put this guy kind of right over that, but I think I'm going to do this. This is the main photo, the photo that kind of triggered the whole idea. And I've got this card, which I kind of debated whether I wanted to use it or not. It says, when we have each other, we have everything. And I thought, why not? It's true. It was true when these pictures were taken. And in some sense of the words, we still have each other, and we have all those memories. And I love that I have this incredible hobby where it's kind of all about those memories. Now, there was a frame underneath that star and kind of underlapping that photo. And in a nod to that idea, I want to include this frame somewhere and kind of let it be the base, the home base for some elements of the design. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and I'm just going to use as many of these things as I can. I've got this I can use that there. I have this let's see, this, I'm sorry, let me get back here. I have this cloud and some glittery raindrops, and I get a point for cloud and a point for glitter. So I'm going to do that, and I get a point for either a sun or a moon. And I normally, lately, have been using the little suns that I got from Bramble Fox, but I'm almost out. I'm down to my last one, and I thought I'd go ahead and use this moon since it's counts equal, and it's kind of part of the same, it's not kind of, it is part of the same ephemera pack. I'm gonna do this guy right there on that frame. That is good. I get a point for banners. Well, actually, let me do this guy. This is from a previous Mind the Scrap kit. It was a branding strip from something that we got in the December kit, I think, possibly the November kit. So I get, there's this black and white banner. I think I'm going to save that, and I'm going to use the 5 and the 3 because they are, they add up to 8. And 8 is kind of our special number. I've got this crown which has nothing to do with anything. Let me get the points, guys, on here first. This is that is a woodland animal. I thought that was a bear. If I cut the whiskers off of this, it could kind of be a bear, right? I can make a bear out of this instead of a cat. So there and there, and it would especially be useful if I cut it in half and didn't have the tail. I can let it be a cat over on this side on a different layout. But I'm going to do this here, and I'll have a cluster kind of in line with all of this of things kind of peeking out over here. I've got this vellum piece. It's when I put my Maggie Holmes stuff away from a different layout. This ended up on the floor. I've got a stack of books here. Voyage of the Blue Whale is, and I can kind of place that under there. Let's see. And here happens to be the blue whale. I need a star and I need glitter. So I'm gonna go with this and gonna put it on some foam. The foam is too big. What was I thinking? Okay, that seems to work. There. I'm going to use half of this floral here behind my quote-unquote mixed media. There we go. I'm going to add this ribbon, or bow rather, to the frame. I'm not going to, with some of my layouts, I show you every last Calvinball point, and this is going to be one of those, but I'm limiting myself to what's on the table and what's in the kit. So okay, that is not stuck down, and I knew that. I'm sorry, I've got to get some glue. I used the glue elsewhere in the house today. I'm surprised I brought it back in here, because it would be just like me to leave it over where I used it. My son posted a photo on Facebook of John and Katie reproducing an old photo of her where he was he was raising his arms to make her raise her arms, and she was kind of famous for that. And I went about hunting for the original photo and couldn't find it in my electronic copies. So I think I need a little bit of foam to hold that up, don't you? So I thought, okay, around that time, I most of my photos were, let me get this on here before I forget. Most of my photos were prints. So there's that. And this might be dry enough. And so I thought, well, I know I scrapbooked them. Some of the very first scrapbooking I did, in fact, the very first scrapbooking I did was in a kind of prefixed sort of an album. It was kind of a baby book for Katie. And I had, I remember I had a page with that photo on it. And I found the page and took a photo of the page and then cropped out the that little photo. And it's not very good resolution, but I'm going to do a page with the old photo and the new photo. And the new photo is, you know, maybe 7 years old. so not all that new. There's a farm animal point that you get, so I'm gonna use the little pig here. Maybe I'll overlap it there and put some foam over here. Right there. And I don't want that to move around too much. I've got my little gnome, not quite sure where to put him. Maybe kind of up here behind the books in the house. Let's see if I can do that. This is on a thin piece of typing paper. It's not very sturdy, so it's kind of hard to slide under things, but I can do that. Now right here, I've got this that says you and me, and I'm kind of covering up my the frame. So I'm going to move this because I want this there where that is. I'll do it that way, and then I'll put this, maybe, looks like it's raining, glittery rain down on you and me, so I don't want to overlap it. And I've got the two lovebirds here, which where do I want that? Maybe I'd kind of like it somewhere close to here. I don't want to entirely cover up this because I want it to show that it was the kind of the cover page on my phone. Not sure where I'm going or if I'm going to use this actually. I think I'll just put it back and find another page. I'm sure there will be other pages. Now, I've got a globe here that I thought I might put in right here, and I think I'm going to make it a tag. And I'm going to make it a tag simply by punching a hole in it and putting I'm actually going to staple the ribbon to it. This is ribbon from the kit. There were two beautiful cards of ribbon and trims that came in the kit, and all of my I have lots of ribbon and trim. I'm gonna cut that back down. Actually, let me see if I can do this. I'll feed it through there. And kind of do that. Staple it to get the stapling point, although I think I have something else that's stapled, don't I? have these two banners. So let me cut that like that, and this like this. And I'm going to kind of sneak that under here. Okay. I don't think there's anything else I would have to use, but there are lots of things I could use, like I think having this floral repeated over here would be nice. Let me do it that way. Okay. And I have some washi tape. This washi tape says, "Hello, beautiful." And it's kind of me talking to him. Let me, I've got something else that's pretty that I like. And I could kind of do this in conjunction with that, or I could do it down here. Let me do this, kind of parallel to the bottom of that card, and then I'll layer that in right there. Okay, and there's no balloon point. This is kind of just repeating the color scheme and using ephemera from the same collection just to kind of add a little bit of cohesiveness to a page that has very darn little cohesiveness. I think what I'm going to do here, I'm going to add a clock here, but I want to use this piece of ephemera and stamp the clock on it. Okay, and let me get the 12 pointing up. And let me put it on top of some paper here. The 12 is this way. Okay, I didn't completely get it on either side, which is disappointing. However, I'm not going to let that stop me. I can layer something else up to it to cover up the fact that it wasn't stamped perfectly. So let me fussy cut that out. And I'm going to cut the clock in half. I'm only going to use half of it on this page, and I'll save the other half to use with some other ephemera from that same collection later. And let me get my black ink and cover those cut edges where they didn't completely cut down to the black. Okay, so got my edges inked. Let's go, and I've got, I'm going to kind of do it that way. I'm going to use this half of it. The other half goes over here, and I'm touching it while the ink is wet, which is kind of giving it sort of a mixed media look, and that's okay with me. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to really kind of lift that up. Really kind of hide it back there. And what do I want to layer over it in the way of a, let's do that. I can do it that way. Okay, and how about the other? No, I've already got that frame. Let's do the blue whale. That's kind of cute. I wish I could fit it all. Well, you know, it can cover that heart. That's fine. Let's just do that then. I'm gonna put the glue right there and kind of scooch him underneath that. Bring him over so that the tail fits. And there we go. Okay, when we have each other, we have everything. And I was just kind of thinking today, and that, and I know this, it's not that I've ever lost sight of the fact that I was very fortunate to have had 40 years with my soulmate. And, you know, telling someone the other day that that's both a blessing and a curse, because it's going to hurt like hell when, you know, unless you both get hit by a bus at the same time. And I kind of, you know, I guess, I'm not quite sure what I'm trying to say here. I kind of feel like sometimes I need to stop whining, and I'm supposed to have a label on here, and I'm going to use this last green clear sticker label, and I'm going to do my little trick of cutting it in two pieces and overlapping. I'm going to kind of use it to fill in this area here that's too much showing above. Let's go like that. Okay. And I think I'm going to get the point for dating it, because I think it says on this day, March 11th, 2016. And let's see. This is kind of annoying me somehow. I think it needs to be over and not have that gap. It needs to be overlapped by the moon. Okay, and I need my handwriting on it, and I'm going to write journaling around the edge here in a black pen, but I won't make you watch it. So thank you for watching. This one's done. I'm not going to add any more Calvinball points, even though there are more things I could add to it. It's not exactly the sketch, but it's inspired by the sketch. I think that's what Christy intended for us to do, right? Be inspired. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Not sure when that's going to be. Bye.